Oh.
A lot of people are starting to say he's overrated. A lot of people are starting to say he needs to go.
Oh.
There's a fuzzy man here. Do we trust him with Gutierrez's development?
Oh.
I think I would.
Someone's rocking. Hey man, someone got him that fake Harold's chicken and waffles.
Hold on, go back to that last image. If you're watching, if you're not watching the podcast, you have to.
Bob Bradley. Yeah.
This is when you know the fan base has literally lost it, that we're all having a concurrent fever dream. Look at this fucking thing.
Dude, when James was flashing through the photos for a moment, it looked like Bob Bradley. I'm like, whoa.
Yeah, I mean, I wanted to ask if Guti was overrated. What do you guys think?
Yes, he is. But you know who's not overrated?
Well, and then that was the next question.
Bring Triple G in. So we were having this conversation earlier on our chats lines, and I was really excited about bringing in Triple G. And Toke, you didn't sound so excited about bringing in Triple G. You were like, you're like saying he's not of the level for Chicago Fire, and I would agree. He's levels above the Chicago Fire. But
it's just hard.
How do you feel about this?
It's hard to oust a politician. Okay, let's play this.
Why do you think he's bad? Why do you think he'd be a bad coach for Chicago Fire? Because that seems like that's what you were arguing to us earlier.
It'd be like if you were like, the senator of my state sucks and I hate him and I'm gonna vote him out, but also I can't wait for him to be mayor of my city.
Let's be honest here. Let's be honest here. This man wasn't cut out for the U.S. men's national team.
What if he failed upwards, and at some point he's like, you know what? Let's go back to what I was good at, which is not much, but it's still better than nothing.
I wrestle in my life with trying to limit my cynicism, and what I'll say right now is the unfortunate nature of things is, I'm terrified he's going to come here and
leave that one up. Leave that one up, James.
All right.
I'm afraid he's going to be given the keys to the car, and he's going to drive it off a cliff. He's not going to be he's not going to be fresh enough with his ideas. He's going to be too overwhelmed to be GM and coach, and he's going to sign bad players. And I don't.
Why do you think
I don't want to.
What makes you think he would do that on a Chicago Fire club level?
I mean, in reality, doesn't it feel like he's already been in that position with the U.S. men's national team? Bring whatever players he wants, make changes.
Yes.
Yes, and we were very upset with his player choices.
You know who wasn't upset with him? The U.S. men's national team, who brought him back for a second stint.
Oh God, we built the backbone of this channel was built on us complaining about that.
Yes, we all thought that was the wrong decision. He shouldn't have gone back. He should have gone straight into MLS at that point and been the Fire's coach then.
You know what it is, Toke, bro, is that you're getting mad. You were getting mad at his selections, bro, but I mean, you're not gonna find a diamond in the rust. You're not gonna find a hidden gem in a dog pile of dog poop.
God, we are just never gonna agree on this, EPG.
No, we're not.
Here's where I am at. I guess here's the problem, and
wait a second, Toke. You would rather have Brian Schmetzer or whatever the guy is from Seattle than Triple G, who's been at a higher level than him for years, for literally the last six years.
James, I gotta stop you there, man.
Somehow what?
I gotta stop you there, James. Honestly, if you put Brian Schmetzer and Triple G, that's gonna be a tough one, because at that point, you know what? You know me, man. You know Toke. I don't like the guy, but I kind of have to agree with him on that.
Well, all right.
Triple G is miles above Seattle's coach.
Seattle's coach has won championships, though.
Right?
True.
He's won championships, and
I guess that's more.
I didn't feel like I'd have to defend him, because I'm gonna shock you both here.
Here we go.
So my defense of Schmetzer in that argument is that he has dealt with big personalities in locker rooms that were not American. Now
Triple G hasn't. What is Florin Balogun?
No. American.
Now,
Lord Baligan is
now,
American.
what is Jedi? American. Now.
Now,
So,
I mean,
What are you talking about? Half a quarter of this team, Yedlin. Was he American? Now. Do you ever hear him talk? He's got quite the accent for an American.
Yeah, so did Brad Friedel.
Come on, Toke.
Friedel got that accent.
And you're telling me, just because Bryce Metzger's he has the ability to speak with Raul Ruidiaz, like, oh my gosh, like that makes him the second coming. No freaking way.
He dealt with some big personalities over there.
Especially like your boy.
Triple G's got to speak French, Spanish, Egyptian, English. I don't know. He could do it all. Wait, that's Bradley.
You know what?
That's Bradley with Egyptian.
Yeah, that was Bradley who did Egypt. I guess the problem becomes when, like, it's irrational. I have an irrational desire because I almost feel like the Fire needed to hire someone better than the U.S. hired. Because we have been so bad for so long. We have to get somebody that guarantees.
I get the feeling that you want the Fire to go sign Guardiola, like pull him up Manchester City, like, hey man,
he would have a fit here. He would leave. He would walk out the pitch the first day. He'd see the practice pitch and the great mound of dirt.
And especially, do you think the job is attractive? Considering, for example,
I don't.
No, considering it's even worse. Considering what Guillermo Rivera literally stated on the tweet that they want to keep some of the technical staff.
Why?
So, like, they don't even want to clean house.
What are you talking about, Mansueto? You want to keep losers? Great.
You know what it is? He wants to keep Klopas. He wants to keep the other clown that didn't cut it in Houston.
Okay, you have a whole other sector of your business, which is called the front office. You move your favorite people there. You let freaking Triple G cook with his front staff wherever he needs to be, and whatever he wants, he gets.
If this is about Frank Klopas staying with the Fire, bro, just give him a job as a stadium greeter. Just have the guy stand out in front and shake hands.
Triple G's like, I can't have Frank here. I can't have Frank. No, dude, he won't come because he's got the threat of Frank hanging over his shoulder. He's replaced everybody. Of course he wants Frank gone. If Frank's there, Mansueto has his blanket, his security blanket. And as soon as he's upset with Triple G, boom, in comes Frank.
Wait, so I'm reading this correctly. So, see, this is... God damn it.
You know what? I'm rereading this too, and it's kind of confusing because it's saying technical staff. When you think about technical staff, you're thinking assistant coaches, goalkeeper coaches, all that noise. But then he goes on to say a technical director or similar title would work under him.
The GM would work under him as opposed to the coach working under the GM.
So here's what this should say is we're gonna hire a GM, and then Greg Berhalter is gonna coach the team, and he's stuck with
Nagamura,
with Zach Thornton as goalkeeper coach. Okay,
because Zach Thornton's a local hero, so please keep him on staff.
Yeah, exactly. That would be the best news.
Triple G's like, all right, so you want me to keep this guy, or do you want me to bring the best guy in America that I could get literally right now that is a few levels above Zach? I'm sorry.
This is actually kind of interesting because you're gonna put a GM under Triple G, but we all know
that means it's Klopas.
And then Triple G is gonna be pulling the strings. So basically,
that means it's Klopas.
Well,
Klopas knows how to write,
but he's not pulling the strings, DPG, because right here they're already pulling the strings for him. They're like,
so not even this. So you got to keep Klopas, man. In reality, Klopas is going to be getting his coffee.
No, this is
That's what
horrible.
it said.
This is horrible. This is
a technical director or GM or similar title would work under him.
This is
so he would be the coach.
God.
So
don't reinvent the wheel. Just
it's not going to be reversed. Normally, it's a GM and then it's the coach. Now it's reversed. Now it's Triple G and whatever lackey Mansueto wants to put.
Well, he's earned that.
You know what? Yeah, I mean.
And if Carlos Bocanegra wants to be that dude, I'm all for it.
Another guy who's rested on his laurels since his first year. He worked 1 year and then rested on his laurels for 5. Carlos Bocanegra is not a good GM.
I want to see. I'll take Bocanegra. I mean, how bad could it be? I mean, we fucking had Heights for 5 years, almost 5 years. I mean, we had the other clown for like 3 or 4 years. So, dude, why are you complaining, Toke?
This is because this is the darkest timeline, because Greg Berhalter is going to be the GM and coach. And that means like Frank Klopas is going to have the GM title. And we're going to be terrible.
First of all,
for 3 years and then 3/4 of the...
I'm going to tell you this, James. You're not going to be able to fire and not going to be able to pry away any of those guys.
John Thornton, now he's co-president. Make him singular president.
He's not going to go, bro. The guy lives in LA. Nice weather.
John Thornton's not coming.
Yeah, he ain't coming.
Neither is damn sure ain't gonna come and work under no Greg motherfucking Berhalter.
You're showing Chris Klein. Chris Klein ain't leaving LA.
Oh my God, Chris Klein. No, Chris Klein was sent out of LA with pitchforks and torches.
You know, well, he's hiding out away from LA. Why do you want to bring that noise over here? I don't, So
this scares the ever-loving shit out of me. I was excited. Like, I don't mind if Berhalter coaches this team. I'm kind of into that.
What are you guys scared of? Greatness? Let's bring in freaking Greg Berhalter to freaking fix this club.
Toast is the kind of guy that he'll land a job and he'll have imposter syndrome.
This is exactly the type of guy that they need to resuscitate the Chicago Fire. Someone who could literally go in with a scalpel, stab him in the heart, rip out the cancer, and be like, "All right, you're free."
You know what it is, James? Toke is afraid of this team being successful,
he's not.
Or dare I say, this team being good.
Why would Triple G be bad? That's where I'm failing to see where Triple G would not be successful here. Like, he'd be the best thing about this club.
Well, I would like to say something. I'm hearing what you're saying, but I'm a little taken aback by the fact that
he brings 4 or 5 of his boys, his former U.S. men's national team, with him.
What boys? Nobody likes him.
What are you talking about?
His boy got him fired.
He's got Joe Scally. Wag.
No. What's the guy? Mikey Vare, whatever. He got signed by San Diego, and then the other guy got signed by Nashville, BJ Callahan. So he doesn't really have any boys anymore. He has now. Those guys are the competition.
You guys have no idea how many boys he's got. Neither do I. But I gotta say, he's probably got a lot more than we know.
He's gonna
hold on. Again, I'm so shocked by the optimism, because I'll say this. I do see a world where this works and we make the playoffs 3 straight years, maybe get a cup.
In 4 worlds out of 5, it works. In 4 worlds out of 5, it works. That's why I'm like excited.
No, see, that's what's crazy is, like, I think it's just as likely he misses the playoffs 3 straight years.
No way.
And they fire him 3/4 of the way through the 3rd year, and we've gone nowhere.
Not when he's the GM. If it was still the fucking bastard of Georg Heights that still was the corpse,
but you can hire
then
someone other. There could be someone other than Heights
that
else.
I want Triple G making these calls. I don't know why you guys think who better than the guy who's been literally looking at the USA pool for the last 6 years and combing through it with a fine-tooth comb. This is
who didn't stumble so badly in MLS, who has been looking at more.
And his style translates better as a club football than it does as international football.
Oh, where does Jesus Ferreira squeeze into this team? and when does Shaq Moore take over? Come on, man! Like, I'm kind of terrified.
Those guys are
Greg
upgrades.
Berhalter.
Those guys. That's an upgrade over Tom Barlow.